Hey guys, hope you are all having a great day. We have some really minor stuff to go over today. I want to mention I released a morning video today, which I will link down in a pinned comment on this video, so if you missed it, go check it out. Before we start, let me quickly state that I am not a financial advisor, and that all content discussed in this channel is simply information gathered that I deem important for people to know, so that they can make informed decisions. All efforts are aimed to better understand the nature of the current market in anticipation of the greatest squeeze in financial history. Let's get started. Let's begin with what's happening with the Fed. The Federal Reserve officials signaled discomfort with high inflation during their last meeting last month. We made a couple of videos about that. Now, they are showing even more concern with this high inflation we are experiencing, with growing fears that it could persist and force a more aggressive response, especially if businesses and consumers begin to expect prices to keep on rising rapidly. We have talked about this in the past, how the psychology behind inflation can actually make things a lot worse. Bad inflation is manageable to a degree, but if consumers and businesses think things are going to get worse, regardless of data that might indicate otherwise, their reaction will typically yield worse results for the economy. You will remember how I mocked Jerome Powell's narrative that high prices were caused only by supply chain bottlenecks and other factors. Well, it now appears that Jerome Powell is holding much less confidence in this assertion, and even worse conviction in his forecasts. The whole idea that all this was transitory has become almost a meme as of itself, a huge joke which now everyone on Wall Street bets uses. I think we are finally at the starting point where we realize that we are in this for the long term, and that comments like the one Powell made are not going to do anyone good, not even himself. How can I put this? The stock market had a huge slip-off, mostly as a consequence to the meeting minutes released by the Fed that indicated that they might not only raise interest rates sooner than expected, but that they could also reduce its overall asset holdings to tame high inflation. The Dow Jones erased 89.66 points, the S&P 500 lost 41.39 points and Nasdaq dropped 321.41 points. It was an absolute bloodbath all around and a put-holder's dream. The only positive economic indicator that came about today was the National Employment Report, which showed private payrolls increasing by 807,000 jobs last month, which is more than double of what economists had forecasted. GameStop and AMC were of course not immune to the overall economic and market circumstance, which is why they fell so abruptly today. I saw a lot of people dumping money into them on social media, showing that the lower these prices get, the stronger we become. As pressure mounts for Evergrande, the giant developer is now seeking to delay their onshore bond payments. They are apparently seeking a 6-month delay in the redemption and coupon payments of $157 million bond in a meeting with bondholders this weekend, underscoring the pressure on the debt-laden property developer. Lastly, this is going to be unrelated to stocks to a certain extent, and it is more of a rant about the current state of affairs which govern our politics and life. There is this idea that trickle-down economics is the best policy set that creates everlasting balance. The idea is simple: you cut taxes for the richest and the benefits will trickle down to the rest. A 20-year-old study recently published looked into this, and found that inequality has remained persistently high for decades, and the divide between the richest and poorest people on the planet grows over time. The data posited completely rebuked trickle-down economics, positing that cutting taxes on the rich only allowed them to hoard in more wealth over time, and that the rest of the world would get less and less of the benefits that they should have. Right now, the richest 10% of the world's population holds 76% of all the wealth. In America, the top 1% now controls well over $42 trillion, which is more than 16 times more than the entire bottom 50%. I find it pretty crazy that anyone still defends this terrible economic policy, when there is not a single set of proof that showed it ever to work for the benefit of everyone. I wanted to share this latest study that was recently released because I also recently read up another study that showed that billionaire wealth in the United States surged 70%, or $2.1 trillion, during the pandemic, to now have them at a combined $5 trillion as of October of last year. Pretty crazy considering 89 million Americans lost their jobs, with almost 60 million Americans having been infected from the virus at least once and nearly 1 million died. In spite of all of this, I still remain positive. I know where my money is, I am certain and assured that everything will be okay and feel at peace. However, I do find it very unfair how governments currently rule for the sole benefit of Wall Street. Let's now talk about today. The Fed submitted over $1.492 trillion in reverse repo operations today. Dark pool trades for AMC accounted for 54% of the total volume today, while dark pool trades for GameStop accounted for 46% of the total volume today. AMC had a larger amount of buy orders than its sell orders, with GameStop also having a larger amount of buy orders than sell orders. Now, let's talk about performance. AMC traded bearishly, losing over 10% for the day. The stock traded very neutral during the pre-market, moving horizontally for most of the time. Upon market opening, AMC experienced some weakness, which led it to have to try 3 times to break above the VWAP. Once it did so, it only ran to 25.25. After this, AMC began to dip, slowly breaking support for a while, bouncing off of the lower band of VWAP. After reaching 23, AMC bounced up strong, reaching 24, but this would not last very long. AMC would see another dip that would take it down to 23.50 before a slight bounce to test the VWAP. After failing to break this resistance, AMC once again fell back down to 23, where it lingered for a while before breaking support and falling back down to 22.36. Once here, it held this low level for a while before a slight bump near the end of the day, where it closed at 22.75, below the VWAP. As for what to expect for tomorrow, AMC will find support at 22, 21.50 and 20.50. Resistance will be met at 23.50, 24.22 and 25. AMC is looking very oversold in every single technical indicator, and a correction should be in place. However, I will note that if tomorrow we receive further negative news, the markets could experience yet another dip, and AMC could fall a bit further to retest 20.27. Remember that shorters are taking advantage of overall market weakness to exemplify their suppressive efforts to take this down as much as possible. Data shows that bullish volume for AMC was many times higher than the sell orders, which shows just how corrupt the system is and how inadequate its current price point is. GameStop traded bearishly, losing over 13% for the day. If you think the AMC chart was sad, take a look at the GME. This thing had me questioning my own sanity. GameStop opened at 148.85 to a dip that threw it down to 144.76. It remained at this level for a while, attempting to break above the VWAP, and slowly doing so but being unable to hold and consolidate above it. GME then broke support, falling and bouncing off the lower band of VWAP, eventually finding some strong support at 136. Here, GameStop bounced up a bit, retesting 138, but it was unable to hold this level, so it began falling again, eventually reaching 129. This stock closed at 129.37, below the VWAP. As for what to expect for tomorrow, GME will find support at 126, 122 and 120. Resistance will be found at 136, 138 and 143. GameStop got absolutely trashed today, and is obviously oversold on every technical indicator as well. Considering how strong and the catalysts this company has, I find it ridiculous to have GameStop trading at these low levels. And that is all I have to say for today. I have been meaning to ask you guys, because I am getting tons and tons of requests. As I have said a billion times, my channel is and will always only stay GameStop and AMC focused. I will not discuss any other play, stock or crypto, unless it is related to these two. The thing that I have seen is people have been asking me non-stop is to provide them with day trade alerts for other stocks. Again, I do not support the day trading of meme stocks, but people have been wanting me to set up alerts for day trades. If you follow me on Twitter, you know that I make my income day trading, and I just dump all my shares into meme stocks. I will not make my Twitter a random day trading signal account either, so I just thought for those so interested in day trading scalping alerts, if you would like for me to set up a Discord and provide that there? Again, it's just an idea. My channel has and will continue to be only GameStop and AMC related until we moon, with morning videos exploring a broad macroeconomic approach. Nothing changes at all, not even my Twitter. It would just be the addition of a potential Discord with trading scalp alerts. Let me know, because my calls are fairly consistent, and I would not mind setting it up. I think Patreon has something set up where if you are a member, you can get privileges in Discord. I have to look it up, but I am down to do this for those of you that are looking for some alerts day trading. I devote a lot of time into these videos, but in the mornings and especially the afternoons, I am day trading, so I would just have to manage Discord as well while doing it with you guys. Let me know what you think. I will also make a poll on my Twitter asking about it, so feel free to vote there. Again, thank you all for watching my video today. Like I said, I will link this morning video down in a pinned comment for you all. If you want to support this channel, I have a Patreon link in the description as well as some one-time donation links for Cash App and PayPal. Thank you again for being a part of this channel. I will continue striving for better content. Enjoy the rest of your day. Keep on buying the dip and to the moon.